Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is the market wrap for July 30th, 2020. Q's up just 0.5% there, and then SPY down 0.35, but really not doing too much here to the chart. We came into today bullish bias, expecting sell-offs to get bought unless we got underneath here on the SPY, 319.25. And on the Qs here, we would need to get underneath this red bar here, underneath 256.50. Okay, you can see we did gap down this morning and then got bought right back up. So going into tomorrow, still going to be bullish on the Qs and SPY. We saw that the sell-off from the initial gap down did get bought. Now, the big thing about going into tomorrow is all the big names reporting. Facebook, Apple, Amazon. We have a lot of big names reporting. So it really could change the picture here tomorrow. So, tomorrow morning, or at least, post-market, pre-market, to me, pretty pivotal as far as deciding what we're going to do tomorrow morning. Okay, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. But just based on the chart here right now, still bullish on the Qs and SPY going into tomorrow. Okay. All right, we're going to talk about the break-even problem, which is pretty common when it comes to management here, okay? And we're going to use this ADMA today as an example, okay? So this ADMA was called in the morning. I'll show you what the numbers were. They were 356 by 354, so that's going to be right in the morning here. For me, that's going to be in 6:44 a.m. market time. That's 9:44 a.m. Okay, so over 355. Okay, so we got triggered in here. Okay, I was looking for 380 initially, and we didn't quite get there. Okay, we didn't quite get to 380. Okay, and so I noticed it was having a little bit of a hard time getting through 375. So I said, all right, let's go ahead and trail half. Okay, 1 minute bar by bar, trailed under 370. So 369, we got out half of it. That's about an R. Yeah, yeah, just about an R. Okay, 1 R on the front half. Okay, because I was having trouble getting going. Thought that'll be much easier for us to kind of live through this pullback. Now I say this all the time in the room, and I know that it's something that's not an easy habit to break, and that's to get out at break even. Now, conceptually, the reason I don't like it, getting out break even, is that if I'm getting in at the break of resistance, which should now be support, once that gets broken, that should now be support. Okay, so what was once resistance, once we're above it, is now going to be support. Okay, so I'm expecting 355, 356, that area to be support. So I don't want to be getting out of my longs at support, right? Right, you see it came right here to 355. Okay, so if you were going to go to break even, this is where you're getting out. Now, of course, we like doing that because it ensures that we're not going to have a losing play, right? It ensures that the play is locked in, especially if we already got profit on the front half. It's a locked in winner, okay? Now, the other reason that I don't like doing that is not just conceptually I don't like doing that, is because the reward to risk does not make sense. Now, you can see once we got going here past 10 o'clock, 7 o'clock for me, and we got to 4 Rs, I said go ahead and take it, right in here. I said go ahead and take the rest. Trail 1 minute bar by bar, and then once we got that last pop there at 7:08, I said go ahead and take the rest. We're done. Okay, I think it had one more burst after that. That's fine. We were already out of it. Okay, now the other problem with going to break even is that it doesn't make sense from a reward to risk standpoint. Okay, so let's say you didn't even take some on the front play. You're still in the whole thing, and it's coming back, and you say, well, I don't want to have a loser on my hands. Let me trail to break even. The most that you can save is 1 R. Okay, because if this stops out, takes out our stop, which was 344, you lose 1 R, 1 risk unit, right? By going to break even, the most that you can save is 1 R. What's the most that you can miss out on? On a long, technically infinite. Now, realistically, we're talking about multiple R's, okay? But and then in a short, for a short, technically however many R's till it gets to 0. That's the most that you could miss out on. The most that you could save is 1 R. So it doesn't really make sense, right? If you're picking the right plays, okay, then it doesn't make sense. Now, if your plays were going to fail anyway, and usually they do fail, and you don't have a high win rate, then I can see how, trailing to break even is actually just slowing your kind of eventual demise. Maybe gives you enough time to sharpen up the entries, to pick better strategies and things like this, okay? But if you're picking good plays from the beginning, from the get-go, okay, then you're eventually going to hurt yourself more than help yourself by going to break even, okay? And maybe by going to break even, you're really kind of masking the bigger issue, which is that you need to pick better plays, okay? So if, you're picking good plays, going to break even too often is eventually going to cause you to leave money on the table at the end of the month, okay? Because eventually plays like this that you missed out on will more than wipe out this missed opportunity will more than wipe out all the things that you avoided by trailing to break even, okay? And it only takes a couple of these to completely override, 3 or 4 break even plays that you save some money on, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And usually, that's kind of the hard thing for us as traders. I know, we're kind of attached to our P&L. We don't want to see something go from up to negative, And if you really can't sit through stuff, then just take the whole thing on the first run up, right? Just be done. The money's on the table. Take it and be done, right? You don't want to be doing the in-between stuff, which is like, oh yeah, I want to hold for the big target, but I'm actually not that committed. So let me just go to break even and that'll ensure that I don't lose on it, right? Don't do the in-between. If it's either take it when it's there, okay, or you're going to sit through this pullback, okay? And of course, it's possible that this could have come all the way back in and failed and taken our stop. You're going to have to live through that too. But you have to be prepared to live through that if you're going to get the big target, okay? All right, hopefully that's helpful. It's an issue that I struggled with for a long time. I think I still do from time to time. I don't like taking losses. I don't like being wrong. It's normal, okay? But if you're picking the right plays, you're only going to really handicap your own performance, okay? If you're not picking the right plays, and you're going to break even all the time and it's saving you, then you got bigger issues, right? You need to be picking better plays, better strategies, better entries in the first place, okay? All right, guys. That's going to do it for today's market wrap. We're going to be bullish heading into tomorrow. All right, we'll see how earnings affects the market and be back at it tomorrow to finish out the week and the month. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.